kind of makes you not want to ever, ever look at the news, the stuff you see. But I see where Kathy Hochul, Hoochie Mama, um, has fired people in the healthcare profession who, it probably goes against their belief to get vaccinated. And so they're fired, and unless they can come up with some type of documentation from their doctors, with some type of accommodations, some type of waiver, they're not entitled to New York State unemployment benefits because of how they were terminated for non-compliance. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? Because the state of New York has been out of compliance for a long time on the medical record mandate of the federal government dating back to, I want to say it was 2014. So the state of New York has been out of compliance. There has been no statewide compliance check on medical records. The portability, the capturing of all medical records for all individuals with verification and multiple checks to make sure that those records all roll up to the Omega medical record number. So it's kind of interesting, the double-edged sword that we all deal with. And recently I started reading through a very interesting website. It's called Tully, much like the restaurant Tully's without the S, Tully, historicalsociety.org. And at that website you will find a historical list of all the diseases found in the United States of America. So it's pretty interesting that with that list available to the general public, and the failure of the state of New York to reach any type of compliance related to medical records as mandated by the federal government, that someone in the position of a governor would make such a stance, such a stink, and take such stakes against individuals who are in the medical profession. I think it's the most bizarre move ever made, along with the fact that she has absolutely no concern whatsoever for homeless individuals, or the fact that the courts are now allowed to evict individuals right before winter hits, thus placing more and more people out on the streets without proper housing and without proper resources, where more diseases like the flu can spread. And not only that, during this whole COVID thing, I found it really, really odd that would have been the perfect time to go have a team of people go house to house and do a census to get an accurate count of the people in the state of New York, and go through the streets to document homeless people and offer up FEMA type resources to people in need. But that never happened because the state of New York does not care about their people. nor do they care about your health and your well-being. It's all a bunch of bullshit. So, yeah, if you want to see just how many diseases there are total, and I'm sure there are much more, go visit that website that I've been looking at, tullyhistoricalsociety.org. Pretty interesting. And not only that, as I travel throughout these inner city streets and see all these homeless people, I can't help but take notice to the trash all over the streets. So there is no cleanup endeavors, which minimizes the spread of disease. And, we all know that the landfills, pretty much all land nowadays, there's probably no original land left in the United States with the amount of people that have been occupying this land over all these periods of time. But, we all sit on, these landfills. And it's pretty disgusting if you think about it, that all sections of land are somebody else's previous garbage and previous bodily fluid waste. It's interesting, though, nobody brings up any, that they've gone in and called up any of these hospitals on compliance checks, like are they disposing of their medical waste properly during these pandemic type periods. I just find it so bizarre that just, like there's no thorough thought process or thinking involved. It's so bizarre. And why she would ever do that? First of all, pump them all up as if they're the saviors during this COVID pandemic. And then what a way to blow their self-esteem by belittling them to the unemployment line with no benefits. I mean, that is the most... how is she allowed to do that? How come there's not a higher body of government stepping in and saying, I'm sorry, Miss Governor, you can't strip these people of their benefits because you want them to march on a platform XYZ. They do have individual rights. If people have the right to go to a state that now has legally assisted suicides and kill themselves, they should have the right to be vaccinated or not be vaccinated. Okay? That's my opinion, whether you like it or not. I really don't care.